for you. Part of what makes this the best sport in the world, a rivalry game. A time where no matter what the record or the season outlook, a win in this one solves all problems and gets you those valuable bragging rights. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Yellow Jackets will put it away to start the game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hokies offense will get first crack at it today. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
Quarterback on the keeper. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Yes, the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Georgia Tech's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. He was so accurate, throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Looking to throw for it. The sure hands. It's Durant. He breaks the tackle. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the middle. Converts on fourth down. Still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Gets the back moving. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Horn. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Caught in the backfield. It's Durant. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Great job by this quarterback to beat the blitz, and then the running back made it to the sticks.
Yeah, awesome job. You see a extra guy coming. The running back is not accounted for. Nice job getting it to him and letting him get the first down. Great job.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Catch in the middle, it's Horn. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Yellow Jackets will try to punch it in on first and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Fit it in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got him downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And that's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good. You get a completion on a big 3rd down early in the game, and that should give him a lot of confidence calling plays this game.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Takes the easy one to the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and something.
They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He'll start this drive going to the air. There he goes, breaking the pocket. Fires on the move. Wide open downfield. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
What a throw on 1st down, first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Quick release by the QB. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself and gets in for the score.
And he's going to bring it out. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the 1st, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
It'll be 3rd and long. They'll run play action. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it down the right side. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Gets away from one, finds room. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Hokies have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Nestled just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll leave it with him. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I'd keep feeding this guy for sure.
To the air on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Durant. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in. Field, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they The deficit, and they've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Connection to the right. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot in zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. The Hokies line up to punt it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He wants to change this route. Back to pass on second down. He's got it. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. And the Yellow Jackets in the hurry up. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Durant. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. The Yellow Jackets can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. The quick out. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. And the Yellow Jackets will snap it on first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. On the run, fires downfield. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. That's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
It's now first and 10 from the 24-yard line. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Durant. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at second and 11. They just keep firing. Fires toward the end zone. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Hokies come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Nice job to get him past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking downfield on first down. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he'll be brought down. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. The Hokies decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Going right to work up top. Gets it out fast. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. To the air on first down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at half. Breaks into the open. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Looking left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a 1st down.
Pass interference. Defense.
This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. 3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Oh, he's got some space. Got some room headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Yellow Jackets have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
The best running backs are the guys that can just snip out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. He's looking to pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got it had just enough room on the sideline to get the 2.
On that 2-point conversion, they spread the field, 5 wide receiver set, trying to create some windows to throw into, and they come away with a beautiful-looking, schemed-up 2-point conversion.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
That pass is incomplete.
These defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you've sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the 1st down here. Fakes to grab, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. And the Hokies will send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse? And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense swarming on that. Oh, it'll be a turnover.
Man, and it was just the...
Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Lost to fire on 2nd down. Going downfield for the big play. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
And I tell you what, these deep shots, they're so hard to defend. You got to chase the guy all the way down the field and kind of stay in his hip pocket, stay close to, and then turn your head like he does here and makes a nice play on the football to bat it away.
Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's complete to the left. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Going to take a shot. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Working the big fella downfield and outside. There he goes. Boy, are they... Huge play. He's got it down to the 9.
A lot of times when you go to the stat sheet after the game, defenses are going to look at explosive plays. Like, we're taught to be top down, stay deep, don't give up those big plays, make them earn it all the way down the field. Bad job giving up the big play in the passing game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Rushes on him. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's 1st down from the 36. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to buy time. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
The Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Yellow Jackets back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Sends it back in motion. Caught in the backfield. It's Montgomery. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. The Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing? And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Right on the money. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Hokies have pushed it inside the 20. Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Hokies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. Oh, he makes the catch. And they get him out of bounds, but not before a sizable pickup on that one. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere. He's knocked down behind the line.
Honestly, it just looks like the defense has better players on the field, and that's really demonstrated itself throughout the course of the game. They've got more speed. They've been able to shut this offense down in every possible way, and even on that last one.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hokies. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Under fire. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time,
touchdown, Virginia Tech! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Trying to escape and get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. And the Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Moving out of the pocket. He'll get rid of it. Finds a man on the right. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the 1st down.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Montgomery. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Montgomery. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37.
Well, this defense is trying to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Bought a little time, lets it go. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Well, watching this DB on film, I just love his ability to break on the ball, and I think he was anticipating on 3rd and long that time, the offense throwing it right around the sticks. So he was able to drive on the football.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball.
Defense doing their job, getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They'll run the screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Hokies send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Now on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Punts it out of the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Quick completion on the out route. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain.
Turning it on! Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the 4th quarter, 1-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
Turns it loose. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Grab behind the line. It's Montgomery. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man quickly. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Got it! And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. Timeout called by the offense, a mere 10 seconds to go in the game. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! They move on top here in the 4th.
Now you talk about finishing games with a purpose, with a plan, executed to perfection, taking almost all of the clock, executing brilliantly down the stretch of this football game, making plays, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and the cushion is now 3. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate